Hello there. I'm Scotty. You're not. Continuing TV week, now in color. Uh, Bit of a solemn episode, I guess. This episode didn't hit me as hard as I thought it would. I don't know why. We're gonna talk about news radio. I didn't put it in the background. News radio was a sitcom aired on NBC back in the 90s. And it was a workplace sitcom in lieu of Cheers, and Frasier had that to it too, but not completely, Cheers and Taxi, stuff like that. So that's what this was. And it had a pretty decent cast. Stephen Root. He was the manager of the place, really, the big boss, the owner of the company, I think. It took place at a news radio station, and you rarely got to see them actually doing work. A lot of stuff went on in the office. So you had Stephen Root. He played Jimmy James, who was in charge of the place. You had Dave Foley, personal, underrated actor for me, as Dave, who was the manager of the place. And then you had other actors. Maura Tierney played Lisa, who was an on-off love interest of Dave's. And then you had Andy Dick as Matthew, quirky one. Joe Rogan as Joe. Vicki Lewis played a secretary later. I forgot her name. And there was an African American actress who played, I forgot her name. I know the actress's name was Candy something, but she was in the first 2 seasons, and then she left due to some personal issues with network and everything. And yeah, but the shining star of this show was Phil Hartman, who played the character of Bill. Dave was basically the main character, but Bill was the main attraction. And for 4 seasons, he charmed and schemed and made everyone laugh, and it was great. And then, after the 4th season had ended, in between seasons 4 and 5, Phil Hartman was brutally murdered by his wife. No other way to put it than that. He passed away, I guess I could have said, but I want to tell the truth. Air conditioner's on because it's hot. But yeah, so they had to incorporate that death into the show, kind of like what 8 Simple Rules did. And 21 Drum Street did it before this too. Although the actor didn't die, the character did, never mind. But they incorporated it here. Oh, another one is Glee, which I kind of want to talk about. That episode is better than this one. But the episode starts with... So this episode is the first episode of season 5. It's a goodbye to Bill. We don't see a funeral. We see everyone come back from a funeral. And it's basically paying tribute to him. It's not as tribute-y as you think it would be. There's no flashbacks to moments where he made fun of people. There's none of that. You have people talking about stuff that may or may not happen. I don't know, because I've only ever watched really the first season since I got the set. I think I actually went to season 2. Actually, I was in season 2, but I didn't get much farther than that. I was on a kick with the show when I first got the complete series, but it happens sometimes when you get these things. But it went away. It's a good show though, but eventually John Lovitz would come in as a new character. I'm not gonna say he was a replacement, because even he didn't want that. He was good friends with Phil Hartman. He did it for him. He did it for Phil Hartman's mother, who asked him to do it because he didn't want to do it. But he came in. He's not in this episode. This is a tribute episode. And as tribute episodes go, I think they could have done a little bit better. I mean, it's well done, but there's no flashbacks to good moments with him on the show. There's nothing really big and outstanding about it, and I don't know. It just doesn't. It didn't hit me like I thought it was. I did well up at one point, but yeah. So the episode starts with them coming back, everyone but Dave coming back, and they're sitting there and they're talking, and they're like, "It was a great funeral. It was a nice funeral." Dave's eulogy sucked. Oh yeah, it sucked. It was terrible. Yeah. And then Matthew makes a symbolic cup of coffee for Bill. Puts it on the table. Then Dave comes in, and they all start pretending that it was a good eulogy. It was like 2-hour eulogy, but by the time it hit a half hour, I think someone would have went, "Hey, this is a little long. Maybe an hour might be even stretching it." You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. But everything goes south when Dave picks up the cup of coffee and goes to drink it. Everyone just gets pissed and takes off. Oh, come on. And he didn't even drink it yet. He doesn't drink it till Lisa tells him, Matthew poured us about a cup of coffee and you were about to drink it. He goes, and then we get the opening. You know, yeah, so Jimmy is in Dave's office talking to him when Matthew comes in. Matthew seems to think that Bill's not really dead, because apparently he had a secret plan to hide from people, to go off the grid and just hide somewhere. Although the place where he's supposedly hiding differs by each person that he's telling, so I don't know, but he seems to think that he is. Yeah, that everyone's just like, you know. And like they refuse to tell him, Dave, that his eulogy sucked. But then he's like, if someone, like, he's talking to Jimmy, he's like, I don't know. If anyone would just tell me that it sucked, well, your eulogy sucked. Oh, you're just saying that to make me feel better. No, it sucked. It was terrible. It sucked. He goes, oh, come on. You're saying, no, it was terrible. It sucked. You know, the whole thing. But, then they do this thing where everyone goes in. Catherine, that's her name, comes back. Little thing there. She comes back, and they all got notes from Bill. Apparently, Bill knew Catherine was going to show up to his funeral. Oh, there's also talk about Lisa being drunk the last several days, and she goes, well, she goes to Jimmy. She says, well, I remember you having a few at the wake, and he's like, there was no wake for Bill. He's like, oh. Well, whoever's wake it was at, it was a pretty good wake or something like that. So they each had a note, and I don't remember every single one. I was expecting these to be heartfelt, but they wrote them as if it was Bill singing them one last time. I get it, comedy show, sure, but I would have, I don't know. They didn't make me tear up like I thought it would. They started out sappy, and then they had a joke at the end, which kind of ruined it. Matthews, I remember. Well, Jimmy's ended with saying that there was something about a cult that had to do with the assassination of JFK, and he cut it off. Oh, you know what? No. And then Catherine's was about it's about, I regret we only had sex one time because you were the best. I'm like, no. Matthews was more like, oh, I am actually dead. Don't go looking for me. I'm dead. But then ends with, and it was like, okay, that's, affirming it. But then oh wait, he has one P.S. The eagle will fly or something like that. I'm like, okay, so is that supposed to be another joke? I don't know. And then the letter that Dave was reading from ends with, well, that's it for me, and I guess I'll see you when you get to wherever the hell that I am, wherever it is that I am. And that's where I welled up. But then Dave, and it says, they do the joke. He says Matthew should be the one to hand him out. Matthew's already handed him out, and he handed him out wrong. Would you collect the papers and these letters and burn them, please? So he goes to get a trash can to burn them, and they're like, oh wait, there's one more thing. I have covered these in a fireproof. Ending with a joke again. A sappy thing that ends with a joke. I don't know. It just didn't work for me. So, and then there's this weird thing they end the episode with where everyone's taking stuff from Bill's desk. Like, what's her name? Secretary. She comes up. She takes the stapler. And then Matthew comes up and takes the coffee cup. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But then when Dave comes up, he goes, where's the stuff? I don't know. Where's this? I don't know. Where's the stapler? I don't know. Where's the coffee cup? It's in my pants. And he's like, I know that Bill is dead, but if for some reason he ends up not being dead, don't tell him I put it in my pants. It's like they were struggling with this. They were trying to be sappy, but they were first and foremost trying to be a comedy show. So every sappy thing had to be counteracted with something funny. And it doesn't work when you're trying to do this. Just be serious. Right? Just be serious. And then you have this moment where Lisa comes up and he's like, and you want the calendar? She goes, actually, I want the Rolodex. I'm like, okay. And apparently he was drawing what people look like naked, apparently. I don't know. And they have a little sweet moment. And then there's this moment where they take the stuff, and then she says, I don't know. He's like, did my urine really suck? She's like, I don't know, I've been drunk up my ass since this morning. The way it sounds like since last night, but the night before. It's all in the same day, by the way. But then it looks really cool, light coming in on the desk and the chair. And it was nice. Okay, we can end here, right? It's nice. No, Jimmy comes in with some mover guys and takes the desk. And then we leave the light on the chair, on Bill's chair. Okay. I don't know. This just didn't hit me like I thought it would. I don't know. But I wanted to talk about this episode because I never seen it before. So this is the first time watching, and I guess I should have said, I don't know. Like I said, I've always liked Phil Hartman, Jingle All the Way. These cookies. I gotta get the recipe from Liz. Put that cookie down now. And you may know him as Troy McClure from The Simpsons, or he's Jingle All the Way. No, it's Jingle All the Way. What was the other one? What is it? He's in another movie, right? Small Soldiers. Small Soldiers. He was the neighbor dad of Small Soldiers, which actually came out. I think it came out after he died, didn't it? Because it came out in '98. No, it was '95. '95, right? I'm not gonna go dig for it because it'd take forever. Imagine this right there. It's not, and I don't want to dig for it because I'll never find it in enough time for this video. I'm not gonna pause it either. But yeah, he tried to remember, and some of the stuff on Saturday Night Live with him playing Bill Clinton, who eats a lot. He was also Reagan in the earlier days too, but Bill Clinton eats a lot, and then He was the caveman lawyer, right? He was a caveman lawyer, and he was fun. One of my favorite sketches with him in it wasn't even like his sketch. It was Anna Carvey sketch, but it's him and Sigourney Weaver are working for this record company, and they need a song from this guy named Dennis, played by, I think it's Dennis. I don't know. From played by Dana Carvey, and so it's Dana Carvey's gag joke about how you could just make up a song on top of your head. So it's the song with there's a lady I know. If I didn't know her, she'd be the lady I didn't know. My lady, she went downtown. She brought some broccoli. She brought it home. She's chopping broccoli. 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 She chopping broccoli. And one of the best parts is that like they're listening to it, and Phil Hartman at one point is listening to it and he goes, as if he's really taking it in and he loves it. What was the other one? New beginning, new beginning, new beginning, new beginning. Well, and then you can just go on from there, you know. Yeah, just, you know, that's one of the ones I know him from. Just the way that he's just like, and the character is just like sucking it in. Yeah, so that's really my experience with Phil Hartman. You know, I was young. I was a kid when everything happened. So, but I knew he passed. It wasn't until I was older I realized it was because of Maldale. But, and I say it like that because YouTube is, you know, I mean, I'm not monetized by any means, but I'm just saying. Yeah, the episode I don't think did it justice, but I get what they were trying to do. It could have been better, but, you know, I think it worked for what they were trying to do, but it's still, you know, having a second moment and then underlining it with a joke just didn't really work for what they were trying to do. If that was what they were trying to do, then it was working. No. You know, but. So, what are your thoughts on this episode? Let me comment so much, like, share, and subscribe. What are your thoughts on Phil Hartman? What are your memories of him? You know. Let me know in the comments, like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'm Sky, and I'll see you in the next one.